And we are going to start the night like this. And an astronomer said, "Master, what of time?" And he answered, "You would measure time, the measureless and the immeasurable. You would adjust your conduct and even direct the course of your spirit, according to hours and seasons. Of time you would make a stream upon whose bank you would sit and watch its flowing." On time, Khalil Gibran. Welcome. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Oh, we in here, y'all. Get excited. And welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'm your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. Welcome to episode 140, as we have been rocking every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. Every increment counts, folks. Truly. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech team in the Zoomverse. One and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, Jersey in the building, Storm Lake in the building. Make sure you are plugging in. Plus, he is one half of the dopest tag team hosting crew in the world. Trust. Shout out my man Paul Conqueso. Also, man Brian Lee. Make sure you are plugging in with Kid Kuzza. That cat's all kinds of dope. As well as the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be, because that cat's dope. All the way up in the BX. You know what it is. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in, all right? Tonight's theme, the price of time. Borrowed hours. How much is time worth? Right? Like, I've heard it said plenty of times, right? We're living on borrowed time, especially if you're getting into the worst of things. You're living on borrowed time, right? How much would it cost? How much would you be willing to pay if you could get years added to your life? You know what I mean? So that's what we're looking at this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of your incredible genius. All right? Next week's theme coming at you. Community threads. Weaving connections. This is really about this community, folks. Right? How it came together, how long we've been rocking together, how important it is to not just me, not just the team, but to you, to the world, right? So bring all your creative genius to next week, and we will talk about the importance of community. All right. Here is a look at the upcoming themes for September, because next week is the last week in August. Crazy, folks. But we are moving right along. All right. So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all of your beautiful exuberance. Artists, have your artwork ready. We do have a full list this evening. Plus, we will probably have people on the good luck round. So, have your work together and ready to rock. Artists, you have 4 minutes to get down. All right. As soon as you get up there, you will see that timer start to count down. All right. This is counting down from 4 minutes. We're doing this to make sure everybody gets the same amount of time. All right. Once you get down to 0, you will hear this sound. Once you hear that, you will have 30 seconds to wrap it up. All right. Please don't make us mute anyone. All right. But we want to make sure everyone gets the same amount of time. All right. Respect the mic, respect the space, respect your colleagues. All right. This is a true call and response space. However, this is when the artists get down. We have reached that time of night, folks. It's going to get rowdy. It's going to get bloody, right? This is what we do. The poets are out to play, right? But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not be tolerated. Fuck around and get cute and get the boot straight up out of here, man. All right? As I said, respect the mic, respect the community, respect yourselves. All right? This is art. However, this is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hath been warned. As I said, this is a true call and response space. As these artists get up here and they share true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy back with the community. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. All right? So share that energy, and it will be returned to you in the form of everyone's performance this evening. Trust and believe. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sign up, you go to neweureka.org. Click on that full events calendar. Click on a Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that artist RSVP ticket, all right? They won't populate until 24 hours before the show, right? Last night it was pretty much sold out in 4 minutes. So make sure you're setting your alarms to get your ticket, folks, for real. Tonight's list filled with amazing artists that came to do what artists do, and we are here for it. So without further ado, let's do it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? Joski C in the building. Paul Skiff is here. Sam Hardy's here. Ray Whitaker, what up? Rivki is here. Welcome. Lady K. Barney Soloway is here. Jesse Marie. Alan Gary is here. Catman in the building. Angelina. Welcome. Poetastic is here. Heidi, April. Reese, I believe. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Welcome. Medusa in the building. Shout out Spellbound. VA in the building. Rich Glennon is here. Ike Waltz is here. It's going down, folks. It's going down. Yeah. All right. So I will give everyone tonight's list. I will put it into the chat, and we will get straight to it, folks. Hope everyone has had a great day and a great week thus far. As I said, we could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here rocking with us. So let's do it. Setting us off this evening, as this gentleman usually does. He is just an amazing cat, because he always has this energy. He always has this vibrancy to his work. He always has a rhyme that's always right on time. He is a contributor to Love Letters to Gaia, as well as I Can't Breathe Volume 2. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Eddie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Come on, man, set it off. Let's go.
Thank you, my bro, like no other, with words like thunder. And it's great to see you, too. Thanks for pushing on through. Remember that we love you, Aug-20-2026, and Mathematical King, too. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Potats, home for the fantastic. Please, time to join my rhyme for Sublime. I got 2 short pieces, so it'll take much time. The first piece is called Time is Fleeting. Nothing lasts forever. Not you, I, or the weather. Nothing is eternal. Not even a turtle. It's a way of life. It can be a delight. Live your dreams now. No more of your hows. Time is running out. This is what being human all about. Time travel can't go back, but only forward. Keep days on track. We have to move upward. No more games and hacks. Must walk onward before everything goes black. Our time isn't covered. Keep playing life's blackjack. Thank you. This other one's called Sandy Hourglass. Time won't give me time, and time makes lovers feel like they got something real. But you and me, we know we got nothing but time. But time won't give me time. Ooh, won't give me time. Oh, the sands of time. You are such a scary thing. Stealing your prime is a sneaky crime. Only your nostalgic tattoos sing. Oh, time, please don't turn the page. I don't want change. No more new shade of this decade. No new stays in the complex cage. Oh, time, why can't you be kind? You always throw throughout her hands. Every time we're first, we are behind. Only markers can be found throughout the lands. Oh, time, please don't be that way. Memories seem to fade away. Too much time to work then play. Why can't the good time stay? Oh, time, why do you play hardball? Why can't things stay the same? Why must you keep breaking the iron wall? What is proclaimed by playing this game? Oh, time, why do you play tag? Why do you run quicker than the flash? Why do you win when you nag, nag, and nag? Why can the good days or nights last? Oh, time, why do we have to grow up? Why can't we dream inside our cocoons? Why can't we drink out our invisible cups? Why can't we travel to the stars and moon? Oh, time, why do you run away? Why can't you feed our hourglass? Will we pray every single day, hope to complete our personal task? Oh, time, could we be friends? Could you stay by our side? Please let's make a peaceful amends. Let's not side or divide that our faulty past has died. Oh, time, it's not your fault. We can never control you. Our stories of glory can't be halt. If we can't live, then who? Thank you.
Great work as always, Eddie. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Thank you.
That was awesome. And I
So
love
not
how you
only you are
started
a
with the
poet,
singing.
but you're a singer.
Wonderful.
Yep. Okay. So you're for hire, is what you're telling us. We're gonna hire you for parties.
Oh, thank you.
Got it. Got it. Joski and you two duo. When we're gonna see the two of you together.
Live your time now, no more how. Yeah, I like that second poem. It's all you're questioning time and stuff, and you're kind of personifying time as a person you can talk to. And then near the end of the poem, you kind of switch over to talking about your relationship with time, which I thought was pretty unique. Very inventive, Eddie.
Yeah, the lyrics of that second poem, after the song, right? I love that. It said, "Time won't give me time." That's just amazing work, man. Um, in the first poem, you said, "Time is running out. This is what being human is all about," right? Too much time to work than play. Old time, why do you run away? There's just never enough of it. I don't care what you do or how you do it. There's just never enough of it, unless you're working. Then they take it all, like some blood sucking leeches. They take it all. However, when you're having a good time, it just runs. It runs like Usain Bolt in the 200 meters. Thank you, Eddie, for all that you do. Truly appreciate you. Man, you are just, the leadoff hitter. Mr. Set It Off himself. Thank you for all that you do. All right, the Starship is underway, folks. Let's get it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, love his work, love his writing style. His voice is always radio ready, and he writes the type of work that just sticks to your bones, man. I'm telling you, a la Mr. Chicken Soup himself, the one and only Alan Gary in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. Friends, you can follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page. The price of time, borrowed hours, is our theme. Time can fly or seem like an eternity. How does hope, or lack thereof, color our perception? My short piece is called Time, and it offers one view. Here it is. Like sitting in a cell on death row, trying to catch a glimpse of the sun, isolation is like death before it becomes done. Dreamed a million dreams, holding breath, hoping to exhale the light. Darkness bites, loneliness is obscene, final stage gangrene. Awaken to new existence, where's the switch to find the freedom within and without? Who grants us our clemency? All life promises is time. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that line. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan.
Yes.
Gary.
Thank you.
Yes,
Wonderful.
that was awesome.
Yeah, I really
That was
liked how
wow.
that poem started out with that
I
very
like that a
first
lot.
image about being in the jail cell. Like, you know, time is a place we're all incarcerated in.
Yeah, just thinking about, time as a physical space, right? I always think about used to watch certain types of shows, and I remember seeing this gentleman. He was locked up in isolation, and they asked him, "When was the last time you seen a tree?" He said, "Man, a tree? I haven't seen a tree in years." Think about that. How often we see them and they're just going by and we don't even pay attention to them. And some people don't get that luxury, right? This is just one of those poems. I just love what you did with this. Isolation is like death before it's done. Exhale the light. Man, who grants our clemency? Sir, you're pretty dope at what you do. Thank you for sharing it with us. Amazing as always. Make sure you plug in with Alan Gary. All right, coming up next, this artist comes through, man. She works hard. I really love her work. When she puts her pen to paper, it's just like she just puts you in the space with her, right? She is a beautiful example of how a whisper becomes a roar. The one and only Sam Hardy in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Hey everyone, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm pretty worn out. I've been swimming a lot this week, and it makes my body really tired at this age. Anyway, so I have a few poems here. Let's see. The first one is called December 31st, 2025, after group therapy let out. Outside, December had already decided what it would take from us. Our breath, our warmth, the illusion that silence keeps us safe. The room emptied, yet something stayed. Years of quiet loosened, spoken but not gone, just no longer clenched. Still a candle burned low in the window, doing its small, faithful work, flickering as if it knew how carefully truth must move through air. We left carrying no names, no stories we could retell, only the weight of listening, the nods, the language we taught ourselves before we had words. Cold followed us into the street. Wind pressed against our chests like a question we could finally answer. Behind us, waxwood hardened. Ahead of us, a year turned, and left behind a silence that could, would, and should no longer be held. Then from my upcoming book, The Sound of Leaving, this poem is called The Sound Leaving Makes. Laughter fading, doors shutting, the turn of a heel as they walk away. The door shuts in one direction only. You know instinctively when it's done. What's left? Silence, space, certainty, residue. A dim green light on Instagram. An empty echo of what once was. No explanation, no clarifying, just done. And if I can get through it before the timer goes off, I want to do the lyrics of one of my favorite songs, and it's very appropriate. It don't matter to me if you really feel you need some time to be free, time to go out searching for yourself, hoping to find it. And it don't matter to me if you take up with someone who's better than me, because your happiness is all I want, for you to find peace, your peace of mind. A lot of people have an ego hang up because they want to be the only one. How many came before it really doesn't matter, just as long as you're the last. Everybody's moving on and trying to find out what's been missing in the past. And it don't matter to me if your searching brings you back together with me, because there'll always be an empty room waiting for you, an open heart waiting for you. Time is on my side, because it don't matter to me, because there'll always be an empty room waiting for you, an open heart waiting for you. Time is on my side because it doesn't matter to me. Thank you.
Damn, always be an empty room. Golly, unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Love it. Just,
Wow.
Yeah, that's
awesome
what
job.
love does to you, you know.
I love
like
this. Go
These
ahead.
first two poems, kind of the same theme about, the aftermath of these situations, sort of like the poems really leaned on anticlimax, and the first one about group therapy is sort of like this theme about, the real work really begins after the session, and it's like the success or the progress you make isn't really in the session. It's what goes on after you're out of it, and how how that sort of trail of the therapy affects you. And I really like this uh, kind of idea in the second poem, The Sound of Leaving. And again, it's about, what happens after, or even after, and so in both these poems about time, you're really playing around with the dimensionality of time in this really wonderful way.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. I think your kindness, Sam, always comes through in your poems, and you're sort of trying to understand, even with a breakup. I wish I shared a little more of that, because I think you are probably happier inside. But and I love tying it in with that song. It's an awesome song. Great lyrics. Thank you.
For sure. I believe that songwriters and poets are probably neck and neck on who write the most compelling things. I mean, you got to cross genres, right, to really find sometimes to really find great artistry in music. Don't just get trapped in your favorite genre of music. Move around, jump out of your comfort zone, and you'll find some incredible lyricists. Like, man, Sam, these poems are just really, really dope in the sense of you always, again, create these beautiful pictures, right? Just that title, right? After group therapy let out, it's just amazing what like the Jedi Master was saying, right? It's the work that starts after, it's the quiet after the storm, if you will. You said the illusion that silence keeps us safe. How carefully truth must move through air, right? The sound leaving makes, I love that title. The door shuts in one direction only. Like, come on, right? Like, my mama used to say, don't let the doorknob hit you. Right. Lady Kato's right. And then the song, right? There always be an empty room in the heart, like that open heart. That's just amazing, really. Thank you, Sam, for all that you do. We're looking forward to your upcoming work. Make sure when you have it done and published, you let us know about it so we can support you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this artist comes through with she just works, right? She just puts in the type of real life work that you can relate to. She's got the world's greatest birthday. Aries run the world. Don't ever forget that. That semicolon that she had up last week was just really, really dope. I know it's all good. It's okay, really. It's okay. She is the author of April's Showers, the one and only Auntie April in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
This is called Mississippi's Still Burning. Colors only. A drinking fountain bubbler spout button crushed until the metal forgets how to release. A thin stream stutters from its throat, gathers in a basin no one bothered to clean. Above it, the fixture spills, corroded, unattended, a slow hymn dripping into a room built for separation. Down in the cotton fields, old hands still haunt the rows. The farmers lost their slaves, but never surrendered the hunger that fattened their fortunes. They'd vote over all their bodies. I hope you're rolling in your graves. A chosen people kneel among the ash and rubble of a faith they were promised would save. Trumpet pitches surround the ruins, remaining silent, white carnivorous plants that thrive in these swamplands. Hollow tubes, slippery rims devour whatever wanders too close. That irony never escaped me. Their blossomed flowers whisper, we like it this way. Past secrets surface, gasp for air, then sink again. For a century, anti-lynching bills were strangled in their dreams, smothered before they could breathe. The Elemen2al Anti-Lynching Act just passed. 10 decades after a 14-year-old boy was weighted with a cotton gin machinery dumped into the Tallahatchie. A child turned into evidence of hatred so practiced it could murder innocence. That's the price of time. A kettle trembles, then screams. Medgar Evers' microphone brass rising through the smoke, murdered outside his home. Justice stalled. Behind all white hung juries, years passed, the cost of delay, measured in birthdays missed, photographs fading, questions aging. 1994, a conviction at last, justice resurrected, cannot rewind time. A man is still dead. Give it up. They say, fuck that. Keep the doors open, let the ghosts walk through. 10, 20 modern day hangings in one state. The nation's highest number of deaths in that way. Suicide, they called them. But tell me, how does someone suspend a life from a height they can't reach? 2026, beyond the shoreline, cool Gulf water bubbles against Horn Island. Nolan's well floods the sand gentle surface, but a furnace burns below it, a simmer mistaken for quiet, slipping through the gates of hell, finding oxygen. So I run to the river. It was boiling. I run to the sea. It was boiling all on that day. Another black child, another mother kneeling beside her empty bed, asking for answers no small town can bury. Why? Miss Mammy, Miss Murley, Miss Christine, 3 women, 1 wound. When sorrow hardens into iron, faces become masks too heavy for any human. The good old boys never learned the weight of love. They weighed property, power, bodies, never the cost. Steam from burned crosses, threads through the trees, embers climb the blackened sky. Sharp words from the ugliest mouth strike the match against the same dry timber. We want beautiful babies, not ones with brown faces. We don't take to outsiders telling us how to live around here. No one ever complained, never, 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 because the Ku Klux Klan is here to stay. No one, never. History scolding response stokes the fire beneath the sound, growing for generations. Roots remember. Memory reignites the battlefields. March against fear. Our ammunition is truth, and the reckoning has already crossed Shibuya Bridge. JFK called it a moral crisis. Choose between doing nothing and doing what's right. A country forced to look at what it allowed will survive only after seeing. So let us be sick and tired. Let exhaustion ignite. For the future we envision, take to the road. Ancestors riding shotgun, scorched metal, scorched earth. It's been a long journey. We're going that one final mile. Time has a price. The bill doesn't disappear because we refuse to open the mail. it accrues. Interest in blood and bones with every name unspoken. Pressure climbs, the lid rattles, gases build, and bring another body up from the deep. Wash the shore face down, the back of his head marked. Yet they call it pooling. Anything but what it is. What has four eyes but cannot see? Mississippi. Two belong to the living, two belong to the dead. Cinnamon ought to be praying on that day. Poem.
Yeah, let that shit breathe. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Auntie April.
Oh, truth.
Damn.
Oh.
That was fabulous.
What
That was
has-
was amazing.
Wow. Just and you know what? Your delivery just is fucking on point. Every fucking time. And I don't know if you were crying while you were writing this poem or what, but like your emotion, your emotion shows through. Your cadence is always like on point. It is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm with Angie
Fucking
on that.
amazing.
You have this really, really high peak emotional honesty in your work. And, your voice just really brings it across to the listener so forcefully and, with that combination of vulnerability. But again, it's this life force you talk about. And for me, this poem, what you did was so brilliant, because it's this nonstop illustration of how hate is a culture. You can change laws, you can amend constitutions, but you can't legislate a culture out of existence. And it's that culture of hate and its persistence that's just so taxing. It's so persistent. It's so such a distraction from progress, and it's like, what can you do about a whole culture of hate? The line near the beginning, where you say something about you surrendered the slaves but not the hunger, that creates that situation. So I just thought that's my remark about this poem. This is this very brilliant illustration about how the culture, hate is a culture, and it's really proved almost impossible to get rid of.
I loved that one line also of just because you don't open the envelope, the bill doesn't go away. And that really speaks to everyone who decides not to really dig in and understand what's happening in the country right now. But it was overall just absolutely beautiful. I think people need to hear more of that and more of that particular poem. So
yeah, here.
on
And
that.
I really liked the wordplay in the last sequence to how you ended the poem about the eyes of Mississippi. That was really sweet.
Pretty sick, pretty sick. Two things. One, they coming for all y'all asses, right? When they go to shut down, they find a rabble rouser, they coming for all y'all asses. Don't worry, I'll already be there. Auntie April, you always spit with a sense of urgency. And this poem really, really speaks to that urgency. There are so many bomb-ass lines in here. So many. Down in the cotton fields, old hands still haunt the roads. A child turning into evidence of hatred. Justice stalled behind all white hung juries. Justice resurrected cannot rewind time. The good old boys never learned the weight of love. We want beautiful babies, not ones with brown faces. Come on. Super dope work. And the four eyes that can't see, like, yeah, that's stolen too. Just put you on notice right here. Yeah, that's stolen too. Really, really dope, Auntie April. Thank you for that work. Really. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I told y'all, these writers, these wordsmiths, these people who just have this way with words. Here comes another one. I know that our world is so many things going on, but this gentleman has a way of putting our week back into balance. Every time I see him with his instrument, I get excited because he's one of the dopest when it comes to musicality, when it comes to artistry. He's just incredible. The one and only Joski C in the building. Come on, Joski, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Hey, Elemental.
Coming through like a rock star, Joski. Let's go.
Okay. First, I want to thank Auntie April for that poem. It just blew my mind entirely. So when I saw the theme, I changed it up, and this is a song that I wrote it about time and about a musical collaborator I've been working with, who's a little bit younger than me, and this is called Ode to Rhythm's Jack. Consider the ocean, always in motion. Consider the moonlight, pulling on water. I met a man with sticks in his handies, measuring moments, keeping time. How can I be half a century older? How can it be he can hear me? How can it be waves that rock the ocean deliver the rhythm? Time is an ocean, always in motion, pulled by the moonlight, faster than moments. Sticks in the skins are where it begins when hearts are in rhythm, keeping time. How can I be half a century older? How can it be he can hear me? How can it be waves that rock the ocean deliver the rhythm? Waves of water, waves of light, waves of rhythm tonight. Time is an old friend, coming to measure all of the breaths we've taken together, all of the tears we cry like an ocean, all of these songs sung with devotion. How can I be half a century older? How can it be he can hear me? How can it be waves that rock the ocean deliver the rhythm?
I told y'all, this is what he does. Unmute yourself, give it up for Joski C.
Oh man, that was
That was
fabulous.
That was
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank
that
you.
was so
That
good.
was so
Absolutely.
good. That
Beautiful.
riff you were doing in the middle, like I'm gonna have to go back to the replay and just click that riff and put it on a loop. Just put it
Okay.
on a loop.
I want the whole song on a loop.
That
Yo,
part
I'm not
too.
gonna lie. I was
For
dancing to
real.
that. I saw Lady K dancing to that. April was dancing. We all got in a group with that. That was good. That was real good.
So, can I say, when I play this with my friend Rhythms Jack, he is such a gifted musician and he goes crazy on his drum kit. And I wish you could hear it.
Drums. Joski, I've been telling you for years, man. You get a drummer, it's over with. Oh my gosh.
It's a wrap.
Wow.
Well, you do. So this this was very much to me leaning a little more into poem than song, and I really liked that about it. First of all, it just was really good to hear you go on longer than we're used to hearing you do your song. So it's like I just kept thinking to myself, yeah, keep going, don't stop, don't stop. And uh, this is, two main things you were doing in the poem was talking about this effort, this really poignant effort to connect across time, and how that was just a really crucial thing to be doing. And then the sense I get in this poem about you're making a point about how um, time is something that separates us, but it's also something we share, right? And I guess that's the point of the metaphor of the ocean. We're all in this time, even as much as it can separate us, even as much as it can move us apart. It's also the same thing that brings us together. And I just really loved this poem for those ambiguities in it that were really wonderful poetic ambiguities.
Thank you, Paul.
And the other thing also is how calming you make us feel, even regardless of the content of your work. You've got that kind of voice that just resonates with everyone in a very calm, specific way. Love that.
I can hear this song with drums too, because the other thing I really picked up on was a lot of the guitar playing was very staccato, and that was a wonderful technique to experience you applying.
So
Yeah.
Jack and I did a show a while back, and there's a film of it. So um, there's a few typos to fix, but I'll let you know when that comes out.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
it's
beautiful.
it's cool because you'll get to see Jack play, and he's amazing.
I mean, okay. I hear you. I hear you. But you gotta know that the collaboration works because you're also amazing, Joski. Like, for real. Like, what I love is what you're saying in this song. You said, how can it be that you're a half a century older? How can it be that he hears me? That's beautiful, man. That just goes to show you how timeless music really is, right? And I've said before, music is a time machine, right? I love that deliver the rhythm, right? Like, time is an old friend. Like, I get goosebumps, Joski. That like, I'm looking forward to it. Please, when you have it ready for us to check it out, please do let us know. Just another amazing piece of work, Joski. Truly, you're like a frequency freak, man. Like you just know how to put people in that mode, man. It's really incredible. Thank you, Joski, for all you do, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, man, love when this cat comes through. He is he's just one of those folks that he communes with the world in a different way, right? Like I tell him all the time, like we can hear the nature in his work. We can hear it kind of coming out of him, right? Hence the reason I call him the Earth Spirit. He is the author of Animals, as well as The Tavern on Old Log Cabin Road. The one and only Ray Whitaker in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Appreciate the nice introduction there, and it's good to be back. I have two for you folks tonight, and I'll just jump in here. Tonight's theme I'm trying to play. I'm working with because I lost a good friend and writing mentor since the last time I was here. So this one's called A Raven Calls. Almost a croaking sound, not a bullfrog though. The call unique from black-feathered, bigger than crow. He died today in the hot summer, not on a battlefield, in hospice, an in-care end-of-life place, specializing in death with dignity. I can close my eyes and see him, morphine chain Stokes breathing. Nothing else would touch his pain. Driving home later, a 6-hour journey, stop away maybe 3 hours out. A raven spoke to me atop a light pole. Low sound, that avian croaking, and I, for a brief instant, made eye contact, and then it was gone when I looked. The Abathascan tribes, like the Navajo and the Apache, say the raven brings mystery that we humans should not try to understand. Feathered magic, a path not understood, sacred in the medicine ways, walking in the changes of consciousness. Inside the great mystery, perhaps my path to walk now. The next day, another raven outside my back door spoke to me again, and I listened. Thank you. And this next one is called About AI. The discussion out here, those letters bearing much consternation, as if a big black bear was tearing a car door off to get at the bag of potato chips on the back seat. Some say gloom and doom. Many say much on the potentials. An intelligent few, worried, fearful. The tech brothers going ahead, full steam, imaging on your TV screen as if that video on YouTube was real. Mimicry, the highest form of flattery. Watching a vid about breathing problems and the human presenter there doesn't take a breath. Undersea exploration, the water seems too blue. A documentary on new finds in archaeology with the wrong places and dates. I should probably tell you watchers now, I'm not real either. A figure of digital manipulation, a Fig Newton of your imagination. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Wonderful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, Ray.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Ray.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Wonderful. I'm just glad you got back here. The first poem about the raven calls is this kind of elegy for this bird. But it was just this really wonderful poem about, your connection with wildlife and, how the poem ends. You talk about having become sensitized, really, because of your experience in connection with wildlife. And made me recall the fact that, you know, in a large sense, in a very general sense, everybody here is kind of traumatized by being disconnected from the earth. So, and Elemental kind of brought this up in his introduction. So one of the reasons I'm always grateful when you're here is because compared to me, you're somebody who's comparatively much less traumatized by being disconnected to the earth, and you share your connection to the earth. It's a real central part to your writing. And there just needs to be so many more people writing this kind of poetry like you do. So it's like a big balm for me. Now, just that alone makes your poetry kind of curative for me, because you know you're just so much more connected to the earth than I am as an somebody who lives in a crazyopolis, and I have to seek out fake wilderness in a public park, and and then I'm, having to dodge the rats that I was just in the park last night and it was 11:30 at night and I had to leave because the fucking rats came out. They knew the humans were out of the park and now they were going to take over. So that's what really moved me about that poem. And I'm really down with the second poem too, because you're questioning that, this whole thing about artificiality and its merits and uh, what are we really connecting with is mostly our own vulnerability to it. Every time we're connecting with AI, we're really connecting with our vulnerability to AI. And I think that really came out in your poem. And I was laughing, chuckling out loud at your Fig Newton of the imagination.
Amazing work. I love the when you did the image. I'm like, oh man, like the human didn't breathe. The water's a different kind of blue. Archaeologist space is in the wrong place. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. The Jedi Master has a really good point about how your brand of poetry always seems to kind of recenter people and plant their feet back on the ground. To me, that is a specific skill that you can help to impart amongst or on your poetry colleagues, which just sounds like a workshop that possibly you could lead to help people center themselves and get closer to writing about nature or using nature as a muse, right? So just think about it. Just think about it. Amazing work, really. Mimicry, the highest form of flattery. Um, you know, the sacred in the medicine ways. I love that. You said I listened, and I think that's really, really key. So many people do a lot of this, a lot less of this. That's why they say you have two of these and one of these. Excellent work. Thank you so much. I do want to make a comment on what the Jedi Master said. Don't you know who actually runs the city, man? It ain't the people, man. It's the rats. Come on. If you do per capita, it's more rats, man. I'm just saying. For the folks who have never been in New York, they they're citizens, right? You catch some cats, you can't maybe hear, but they're like, "Hey, I'm walking here." For real. for real. Truly, truly appreciate you, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, listen, Connecticut in the building. This gentleman, he's just a creative genius. Really, he has his instrument this evening. Whether he is telling us jokes, whether he is reading from one of his incredible books, or he has his instrument to sing us a song, this gentleman is incredible. Love when he comes through. The one and only Catman Bill in the building. Come on, Catman, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Well, I was going to do a little dirty comedy, but it would have interrupted the song that I want to perform. So in 1953, this young man of 15 years old was entertaining his girlfriend, and in the evening, and she told him repeatedly that she had to go back home. She had a 10 o'clock curfew, and he pleaded with her, but she had to go home. The next day, he wrote a song, and he tossed it away for 5 years. And then he picked it back up in 1958, and with his group at the time, cut a demo and then cut a song that became the most popular song ever under 2 minutes. And the song is Stay. And of course, the musician is none other than Maurice Williams. And that's the song. Stay on just a little bit longer. Please, 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 please tell me you're going to. Now your daddy don't mind, and your mommy don't mind, if we have another dance, just one more. One more time, oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer? Please let me hear you say that you will, say you will. Won't you pledge your sweet lips to mine? Won't you say you love me all of the time? Say just a little bit longer. Please, 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 please tell me you're going to. Now your daddy don't mind, and your mommy don't mind, if we have another dance, yeah, just one more time, oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer? Please let me hear you say that you will, say you will. Won't you pledge your sweet lips to mine? Won't you say you love me all of the time? Oh, just a little bit longer. Please, 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 please tell me you're going to. Come on, come on, come on, stay. Come on, come on, come on, stay. Come on, come on, come on, stay. Whoop, let it out. Come on, come on, come on, stay. Come on, come on, come on, stay. Thank you. And just a side note, I remember the first person I believe that spoke talked about the passage of time. Thank you.
Yo, come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Cat.
Yes.
Boo.
Been a long time, Catman.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that
Beautiful
was.
song and a beautiful
That
performance.
was really, really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Way into the
I'm
beat.
sorry I've been off camera, but I just wanted to say, like, I've been off camera because I'm having like a little bit of a fibromyalgia lapse, and I didn't want to be. I feel vulnerable. But it was just really, it really is something my heart really needed right now. It just really gentled me. It's just, I didn't want it to stop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I think of one of my cats that passed away when I play this song.
My condolences. It's like, won't you stay?
Just a big old softy. It's just a big old softy. That's all.
Isn't he?
Thanks, Ray. That was really wonderful.
Yeah. Um. So this is first of all, music from the 1960s is really one of the most timeless decades ever. All right. This just happens to be a song from it. And inside of 1960 was doo-wop. And doo-wop has some of the most incredible harmonies that people are still trying to replicate to this day, which is why some of those cats are still on the road touring, singing, right? This song happened to be by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs, right? Just an amazing, amazing piece of work. Um, and listen, who doesn't love a good love song? And that's exactly what this is. Like, or even a good courting song. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't really love you yet. I want to say it, but we're not really there yet. But, whew, please just stay around just a little. You know what I mean? Who was that? Teddy Riley, Blackstreet, right? Don't take your love away from me. I'll go crazy. Amazing, amazing work, Catman. Thank you for coming through and sharing your incredible genius. It is always great to see you. And this song is just going to resonate the rest of the night. Thank you, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, this gentleman, man, really he inspires me in the way that he approaches poetry. Right, I've never met a person who loves this art form and keeps it connected to his family, right? A lot of times we separate those things because of our own issues, our own traumas, and we, kind of separate our artistry from our family. But this gentleman embraces both. And it really, really is a beautiful thing to see. It's really, really beautiful to see in his book. Please let them know about it. This cat's just amazing. The one and only Rich Glennon in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, Rich. Please take it away.
Great to see you too. Hi, everybody. Really enjoying the show thus far. As Lorenzo mentioned, I have my debut poetry collection front to back available on ptnpublishing.com. I'll put a link in, as well as on Amazon. And I also available on Amazon is another book that I recently published called Who Farted, the children's book, in a slightly different vein. So if you have any kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever, or even if you're just a lover of farts, yeah, I'll put a link to that too. So I'll do three short pieces tonight. This is all new stuff. Pretty new. This first one is called Recording. We watched my son's performance on the computer since we missed the first song and a half earlier in the week, only to see slivers, its outline, the gist, the remains left by a closer boy's eclipse. You had to be there, I guess. The second one is called Pure Afterthought. My son took a pencil to the laptop screen. Thin lines scrawled in directions only his shaky hand can manufacture, like thin branches. Either way, it's nature leading them here and there, roots that can only come about without forethought. No mistakes are made. When he erases, smudges of leaves form, and with them, a rainy day. And this last one is called Tight 82. I grew up more or less on Adam Sandler movies, but as of late, I haven't been too fond of what I've seen. Far has the quality plummeted since the days of Happy Gilmore and The Wedding Singer, so that my life, my rather chaotic life, catapulting fiery into some random cavity of space where I can't get our latest war opponent, let alone this guy's newest film, in which he is the hero who gets the girl and defeats the bully and saves the town. Ever predictable and formulaic, which doesn't wear well on the silver screen. But I wouldn't mind it when life is too hard. If I just happen to see someone winking at me who appears to be Adam Sandler, so that I know at the not too distant end, everything will be all right. Okay, thank you.
Amazing work. As always, unmute yourself. Give it up for Rich Glennon.
Awesome. Awesome job. Awesome.
Right on. Right on. Pen on the laptop screen.
Right.
You know, all three of these poems, Rich, were about a kind of witnessing, and each one kind of conveys a different kind of emotional outcome. You know, the first one about trying to view the performance and feeling, you know, because you feel kind of missing out on parts of it, and you know, it's a very brief poem about trying to recover an experience. And you know, being the witness to it. And the second one was about, you know, witnessing a kid's discovery of their own abilities. That was really, really sweet. And the third one was, you know, you're talking about witnessing Adam Sandler's progress or lack thereof. And so each poem had a kind of different outcome, you know, disappointment, wonder, reassurance. You just have this talent for treating themes that are so similar in this way. And I really enjoy the kind of revelations that you offer the listener.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're again, this is why I said in his introduction, right? He doesn't shy away from his family, meaning he puts them into his work. Like that's his subject matter. And it's beautiful, right? And these are no different, right? Yeah, you had to be there, right? to see the kids on stage. That's just a once in a lifetime thing. The pen on the screen, right? That's just a beautiful thing, right? You kind of just have to let the kids do what they do because they're trying to interact with the world that they don't necessarily understand yet. So them trying to reach out and touch it is almost a lesson in itself, right? That there's a separation between, you know, this world and that world. The Adam Sandler, just listen. I was a big fan early on. His movies always made me laugh. One of the best lines from he's got so many great lines from all of his movies, really. But the one that always jumps out to my memory is "But I wipe my own ass," right? Um, right? He just had a way of telling incredible stories with himself at the center that were just family friendly, right? It wasn't too negative. It wasn't like overly positive where like always the good guy wins, you know what I mean? But it was just a way of, hey, you know, even Billy Madison, right? He's got to go all the way back through school, but it shows you're never too old to kind of be this inner child, right? So I really, really love your work, Rich. And listen, make sure you put the link to your books. And sure enough, folks, he is on Amazon. And the book is called Who Farted? Like really. And I love the artwork. Excellent work, Rich. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, love when this artist comes through, right? She is just one of those folks that has her finger on the pulse. She doesn't shy away from what's going on. And in all actuality, she kind of stands and delivers this information to us, right? I love when she comes through. She thinks she rants sometimes, but it's just incredible work. She shares incredible work with me, like how fascism works. Sometimes it's kind of heavy to hold up these things, but I'm telling you, she's got the guns to hold them up. The one and only Bonnie Soloway in the building. Come on, Bonnie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemen2al. Well, I'm back in LA, so there's something to be said for that versus Florida. And I'm on Instagram. So this is called The Over-Under of Survival. I'm going to start with a quote. It says, "A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidates promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy and is always followed by a dictatorship. The world's greatest democracies have gone from liberty and prosperity back to bondage and collapse." And that was by Alexander Fraser Tytler, a Scottish historian and writer who studied all this and lived in the 1700s and 1800s. So I'm doing it for a while. When all of this is over through resistance, revolution, or death, when bunkered down oligarchs and their humanoids are basically all that's left, when the ground is parched, hot oceans risen, and nothing green will grow, when food is poisoned from pesticides and lab-grown beef profits get bestowed, there shouldn't be a single person who can say they didn't know. The fascist playbook always open for us to see inside. Everything they promised, not one thing did they hide. Mussolini, the father of fascism, would be so gosh darn proud that his brutality was absorbed and increased by the pseudo-freedom-loving crowd. Democracy's average shelf life is around 200 to 250 years. Oh, look, there's autocracy now waiting in the wings for its curtain call of cheers. Civilizations can last longer, but at 500 years, we're right up at the edge. 800 years are likely max, but with oligarchs ignoring existential threats, another 300 years has been deemed by experts to be a very unlikely stretch. Luke Kemp, a research fellow at the Center for the Study of Existential Risk at Cambridge, said it best: "Self-termination is the most probable outcome for our species." He also said, "History is best told as a story of organized crime. It's one group creating a monopoly on resources through the use of violence over a certain territory and population. It's rather hard to fathom this could be our fate, beholden to a growing hatred never to abate. America birthed itself with violence, using ethnocentricity to light the way. And ever since, our Might Makes Right theme song has been on constant replay. The patriarchy no longer measures its self-worth by dick size, but by how easily human rights can get murdered by repeating lies. The SAVE Act punishes women for changing their last names, requiring birth certificates and divorce papers, the new steal the election voter suppression game. Women need not be forced to wear burqas to be punished just the same. None of us are far from white supremacy's final game. To rid this country of immigrants and all skin colors not pure white, hastening democracy's end, along with many innocent lives. Men abuse power when a divided people step aside, assuming those voted in will always be obliged to support what's fair and legal. But alas, in the endgame democracy, it's the truth that's taken to task. America, America, God looks forward to some rest while waiting for a new empire to put her to the test. There's only one way the next civilization will possibly survive. Men have so fucked up this planet, best let women have a try. Thank you.
Well, damn, drop the bomb and the mic on him. Unmute yourself, give it up for
I
Bonnie Soloway.
I needed a professor like you during my political classes in school because damn, dropping the mic, funny. Thank you.
you.
As always, the educational pieces that you bring in on how politics is just so fucking corrupt. And we just sit there, we take it like with a smile on our face. You don't even but I loved I love your banter in your poem. I love how you bring in that feisty edge.
It
Thank
was a
you.
truly scary poem when you started reeling off these philosophical facts, the average lifespan of democracy and stuff. That's truly scary. Um, and it's like you're saying, nobody can pretend they're unaware of all these things. It's just so out in the open, and it's pushed in our faces every day. Just to be quick about this, here's a great example. This guy who just got elected president of Colombia. I don't know if anybody's followed this. The guy had dual citizenship. He's a Colombian, but he was living in Miami running a law firm where he defended drug traffickers. He himself was under investigation for money laundering, but they dropped that because they couldn't quite make the connection to his personal finances. He then goes back to Colombia with zero political experience, gets elected president by less than 1%. And his whole platform was how he's going to attack all the drug traffickers. What's going on behind that story?
Two
Like
things.
money sounds like.
Yeah, two things about that. One, that's gangster as fuck. Two, this is why magic exists. Smoke and mirrors. Right? Right? This is magic in action right here. That really is gangster though. Like it's kind of like the movie The Departed. Anyone seen The Departed? Right? Check it out. Check it out. But that is really, really a gangster move, right? Making that happen for the people. Yeah. That's. But it also goes to show you how your connections are. Again, like I've said, your network determines your net worth, right? And when you run with titans, you don't really hang with chickens, right? That's just amazing work, Bonnie. Really, the lab between the oligarchs and the fascist playbook, and for real, big ups for throwing Mussolini in there, right? For real, like it's just a lineage, right, of the Axis. It's just a lineage, and we are seeing the newest iteration of the Axis. So really, really dope on that. Democracy's average shelf life is about 200 years. That's just bananas. History is best told as a story of organized crime. Sounds like a Mario Puzo film. Just say it. Just say it. Excellent work, Bonnie. Thank you so very much for all that you do. All right, folks, we have reached halftime. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Wanted to shout out some folks who came in the room. Shout out Charisma Holly. Shout out Mr. Witz. Shout out our resident descendant of the Starship Enterprise, the one and only Garland Thompson. Nemo Soom in the building. CP Mays, Outlaw in the building. Always good to see all of you. Again, as I said, folks, we will take a quick 5-minute break and we will be back shortly. So refresh your drink, do all the things that you need to do, folks, and we will be right back with an incredible second half. All right, stay tuned, folks. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events proudly presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating. The New Eurekan Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam. Occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Lower East Side Center at 7 p.m. Hosted by Matthew Marroquin and Paul Conqueso. Winners from the New Eurekan Bowery Slam compete against each other for a $100 cash prize and a chance to compete in our annual Grand Slam. Plus, there's the Twilight Hour open mic hosted by La Bruja. Make sure you come through. For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to neweurekan.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side and Center are all kinds of incredible. The venue records high-quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eurekan YouTube channels. All except our first Wednesday of every month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by 2024 Grand Slam champion Somebody's Mama. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eurekan Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special. Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, we have the Slam Workshop facilitated by the 2015 Grand Slam champion Joel Francois. This is theory and practice. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to neweurekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to neweurekan.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We would love to hear from you. If you've attended one of our shows, let us know about your experience. Go to neweurekan.org/survey to complete and submit the form and receive a special gift for your feedback. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founders. Brought to you by Elemen2al Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative productions. Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough. We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the building and we are ready to get to it. All right. So, I also wanted to make sure I shout out Oshun Yoyen and Keith Marr. They will not be able to make it this evening. So, let's get to this. Coming up first, this gentleman, I like to call him the hardest working man in poetry. He continues to move and groove for real. He publishes the types of books. And look, he's got the newest one already. I told y'all, this cat He just moves very seriously. He is the author of Mirror, Mirror on the Wall and Reflections, as well as The Bald Raven, as well as the one that you just saw him holding up. This man's incredible. I like to call him the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, Ike, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Two pieces. The phrase, man is an ass, most famously comes from William Shakespeare. In Martin Luther's theology, comparing a human to an ass or donkey reflects humanity's stubbornness, carnality, and absolute dependence on God. And who is an ass? The stubbornness of a donkey, Shakespeare said. The stubbornness of a donkey, Martin Luther said, and meant carnality. Man is an ass hanging low on a fruit tree, and such I am an ass, as I am rooted in sensual appetites, desires, and mortal human nature, swinging left, swinging right, passing the middle, always forgetting what I actually said. Yes, I am an ass, in love with suicide of the past. Take me, take my sins. Your time was mine, and I turned into an ass. The low-hanging fruit, I mean, and you fed me with grass. I turned into hay, I turned into manure. I feed my flower called suicide. That lifetime pain that never dies as I'm on my beloved stage. That's why I am an ass. Haze me. Santa Lucia, enlighten me. Asinos sum, asinos est. If I am an ass, you are an ass too. Ego sum unus. I am one. Second one. Perpetuum mobile. It's a Sunday noon. It's Monday soon. It's Tuesday moon. It's Wednesday the light. It's Thursday night. It's Friday hope. It's Saturday love. And I can't wait for Sunday noon. Thank you.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa.
On Ike.
I gotta quote April. I've never been prouder to be an ass. I'll never look at the word ass the same ever again, guys. I'm gonna tap that ass. That's it. It's over. It's over for me tonight. Thanks, guys.
Ain't just a booty.
Wow.
It is you got to be careful, these poets, they just these simple little poems like this, and they just turn your head all the way around. You're just not going to see the world the same way again. It's it's just magic. It's alchemical. It's transformative. It's revelatory. It's all those things. And, as somebody who's a master can master all those things into these two little poems like that. So that's the second poem was just a pure delight, the word play. And you said by the mention of the second day of the week, you're kind of like, okay, I know where this is going, but really there's no way you know where it's going.
Yeah, this is this is really amazing work. Anytime you throw in an ass or a fuck, it's gonna be one of those. Like it just is. And you just use it in a masterful way. Like for real, it's not just some random ass. It's Shakespeare said you're an ass. So to be or not to be, Joe dog ass. And then the second poem, I love the simplicity of it. And then you said a line that just instantly took me to a song, right? You said Saturday Love. That is Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. Never knew love like this. I don't know if y'all know that song. Check it out. It's incredible. Incredible. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredible song. Right, right. Dope, dope, dope. Thank you, Ike. For real. You're just incredible with what you do and how you do it. We are very much appreciative that you continue to share it with us. And looking forward to your next incredible work. Thank you, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, listen, this artist has come through and just shared so much of herself with us, right? I absolutely love just the candid nature that you just let us know what's going on in your world at this very moment. I think that kind of openness just lends to the type of artistry that you write. It's just amazing. Last week, you brought this biblical based story and just put us in this perspective. I'm looking forward to what you have to share with us this evening. The one and only Riv Key in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, it's great to be here. I usually have a pretty fiery voice, but even a fire loses oxygen sometimes, so you know. It doesn't mean it's still burning like the never-ending light that stays right at the center, you know? It's called a ner tamud in Hebrew. That means like it's kind of like the everlasting symbol, you know, that goes like this. So I always think of that as that center and core within us, no matter if we're going through times that are more exhausting. So I had picked a poem, then saw the subject matter, and was excited to read a poem about time. That's pretty short, and then I'm still going to read the other one that may be off topic, but based on how I was feeling tonight, it just felt very on topic. So, in that way. So, this is called Lost in Time, Found in Soul. If you listen closely, you will hear nature's sound bath. If you listen closely, you will hear nature's sound bath cloaking your soul. The croaking frog, the singing toad, waves of sound enveloping you, soothing you, carrying you to another place and time that is lost in its time. That's it. That's that one. I sometimes have short poems. This one is called Voice of the Vulnerable. I wrote it in 2019. My son and I were still in a domestic violence shelter, and there was poems that came out during that time that felt very much like one was called Impression of Depression Through Expression. And that was right after, and it really helped me come out of that period of when we were there. And this one was written though while we were still there, before we had been placed in a permanent place to live. So this is Voices of the Vulnerable. Feels very true to what I'm experiencing now too, because I'm going through a good amount. If you think in my trembling voice there is weakness, then you misunderstand the vibration sprouting from meekness. It is not a lack of a brightness, just simply a temporary tightness, as the body works its way through many emotions while learning the practices of daily self-devotions. Vulnerability has so many different forms of expression: sadness, happiness, and sometimes depression. You can choose to take some time for a personal session, and in doing so, you may be surprised to learn what bubbles up in self-confession. Maybe the critical voice inside your head that so much of your life you've till now fed will begin to waver, no longer able to mask itself in its role as lifesaver. That voice right there, the one you might think to throw away, throw far and away into the ear, don't dump it so quickly, just because it comes across hard and prickly. Join joy and depression with your self-confession. Allow this medicinal tonic to take in that voice with the astute eye of a healer's observation. Aren't you now curious to learn what may arise inside as a new sensation? Is that voice really as harsh as it constantly comes across? Or has it been suffering silently for so many years since formed as a child, an anointed boss? Can you give it some credit for carrying you through so much? Show it some kindness. It has already had it so tough. The last thing it needs is for you to throw it away, as that is what first molded it, the childhood neglect and crumbling decay. So now instead, hold on to the soft angel inside that is who you are. She has guided you all thus far. Remember that your greatest strength will always be showing yourself as is splendidly in all your naked glory and mysterious bliss. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Rivki.
That was the voice, the tone, the delivery, just A+ across the board. If I was a teacher, I would give it to you. That's great.
Oh.
Soon, y'all. Soon.
That was really good. I really like that.
What was the last line again, poet?
Oh, the last line is remember that your greatest strength will always be showing yourself as is splendidly in all your naked glory and mysterious bliss.
Shakespeare who? When you're writing like that, like what are you doing? Shakespeare who? That's
I
gorgeous.
am walking out in the glorious outfit we were all born in, which is fucking nothing. Excuse my language.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
They do it all the time at Waffle House down the street from where I stay. But yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to give you praise, first of all, for how you have been repeatedly coming here and seizing this place for doing what you do, which is what you just talked about in that last line Maze asked you to restate, and the
Oh.
fierceness and fearlessness with which you do so. It's a tribute to yourself, your um, ability for self-disclosure, but it's also you're paying homage, you're giving tribute to this place for what it offers a poet, the ability to be here and do that. So I really want to praise you for that and just being an exemplar of somebody whose self-disclosure, as you really put it, is just naked and honest, that deserves unquestioning respect from the listener, and it carries a kind of moral authority about everything you say. And for me, both these poems were, um, and also I want to give praise because you're coming here and you're promoting the values of tenderness and caring. And
Yes.
that's not what always you hear in these Zoom spaces. And so I always want to encourage people whose poetry centers on that to, really please come here and do it more and more and more, because those are values we all need more exposure to. So with those two, those two trumpet toots for you out of the way, I really like these two poems because they're they're about trying to understand and be compassionate. And it takes a lot of knowing and experience to just even title a poem Voices of the Vulnerable. And I like how you kind of gently but forcefully in the poem are putting the listener on notice. It's kind of an advisory. And as Maze so wonderfully asked you to repeat that last line. That's what the advisory is all about, you know.
You're making me think of weather advisory. Hold on, weather's
Well,
going to hit the road. Watch out.
it is like that. It's an emotional weather advisory, really, you know.
Emotionally, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool. And the first poem, lost in time, lost in soul. And it goes back to what uh, Ray was doing, connecting us back to nature. As I said, everybody here is traumatized, whether they know it or not, from being disconnected to nature. And you just directly talked about wrapping your soul, cloaking your soul in nature's sound. And again, what are we talking about when we say soul? We're talking about a person's appetites, desires, their intuitions, their feeling of emotional connectedness to other people. We're talking about the interior life of an individual that makes them uniquely themselves. And, telling people to wrap that part of themselves in nature's sound, that's about as curative a prescription as anybody could have for being alienated and disconnected.
For
Hope you
sure.
come back next week.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Please do. Please do. So I really have to just get this one line in. You said you misunderstand the vibration sprouting from meekness, right? And with that, it just says to me, don't let the smooth taste fool you, right? Right? Because you still get this work. But that vulnerability, it really is. And you said, right, vulnerability has so many ways of expression, and you listed them, and that is really key to know what you're dealing with and how to deal with it. Amazing work, Rivki. Thank you so much for doing what you do and sharing it with us. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, Jersey in the building. Our resident reggaeton artist is back, ready with his latest installment of Damn That Kid's Nice with the Pen. The one and only Brian and Ciso in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. So I actually wrote this one on Monday. If you didn't, if in case not everybody knows, there was this actress who died, Hayden Panettiere, that uh, I wasn't the big. So this poem's not about her, but this poem was kind of just what was going through my head when I heard about it, and it was like it kind of hit me in a weird way. So I'm gonna just that's what this poem is pretty much about. So. Old classmates with whom I've never spoken to once, but yet their obituary still packs a punch. Never shared a room, but together we grew. You were all up on my TV looking cool. Same age as me, walking the red carpet, sat and watched. Thought to myself, I can make it happen. If I had what y'all had, life wouldn't be so bad. If I was where you were at, I'd no longer be sad. Money, fame, and the attention would solve it all. Financial and social problems all would be absolved. The thought of everyone wanting to be my friend motivated me to get my own career moving. I ended up going nowhere despite my drive. Couple that with the pressures of high school life. If I ain't make it by 30, then it's goodbye. Now 34, still alive, but now you in heaven's light. How can that be? Thought you we had what we all need. Now I'm learning your cries for help went unheeded. Passing the views playing and repeating in my head. Talking about how you wish you had my life instead. A childhood, stable household, or just real friends. Is that worth trading in your cars and mansions? No second thoughts. You instantly said yes, because you knew deep down you couldn't be fixed with success. Got me thinking if I would have said the same thing, if I would have taken my own life for granted. Even now, finding myself missing those uneventful days. Anxiety got me feeling the world was watching me. Meanwhile, it was your reality. Likely to crack under pressure, but who's to say? Been feeling like I'm on edge on the daily, but what if my struggles were what ended up saving me? Got no infamy, but got my memories. Only needed the basic necessities. On the flip, they got to live the fantasy, but was it worth the cost of their sanity? Ask me currently, and I deny. Can't speak for the past. I had hunger in his eyes, even though this is far from the perfect timeline. Glad to have known you, even if never eye to eye. Uh, I think I'm gonna do one more. If I got time, I'll make this one short. Oh, crap. All right. Nostalgic to a fault, but can't help myself but think back to simpler times. The random folks I met as a kid. The road we all walked ain't just the product of our choices. Encounters with folks with different ideas and voices shaped you in a minor way into who you are now. Most of all of them will fade away in the background. May not remember the faces, but you can recall lessons. Think back to your neighborhood, back to when you were a kid. The types you do everything to avert your gaze away. Without them, the stream seems less decorated and more like sanitized. Next step, gentrification. Without everyone else, it just looks desolated. You got your local drunks, local stoners, locals in generals, the fiends, the trigger happy, the questionable, licks, tricks, the neighborhood bully, you fear him, the dudes to stay clear from, or the ladies who clear him, the reasons why you know which corners and lanes to avoid, the reason your main default setting is paranoid, a who's who taught you your first lesson in survival. Don't get caught slipping or they're gonna hold you liable. Girls with the fast food hookup, classmates in the school bus, sketchiest students who introduced you to your first plug, dudes I knew for one day but felt like a brother, girls I knew back then, left thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Everyone you met, then never saw again. Forgotten their names, but not what they used to said. That's it.
Telling you, man. Telling you, man. That cat puts in work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Brian and Cecil.
How do I follow that?
I feel like we should challenge you, like the time should like start speeding up on purpose so that then we force you to have to spit faster sometimes just to shake
So we
things
can
up.
so we can have a Busta Rhymes moment up in here.
Oh,
Oh God, no! I'm not Buster Rhymes or Twista or or
Shout
Jid.
outs to
You got
You
pretty
Twister.
Brian.
close.
You
You got pretty
Brian.
close
That's
right
it.
now.
My mind goes that fast, but my mouth can't keep up all the time. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You be shitting me just now with what you were just doing. Just
Yeah,
saying. Just saying.
sounds like your mouth isn't too far behind, though.
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Brian, you're
good
I
point.
I really enjoyed the first poem because her death kind of affected me as well. I don't even know her after I read about her, but there's so many now, of course, theories and what happened, and so many possibilities. It's like everything else that happens takes on a life of its own on social media. But I really like the way you did it, personalized it, and
yeah, I think what really got me is that she was similar. She and other actresses that passed away recently were like around the same age as me.
right,
So that part is also just sort of blowing my mind. Of like, whoa, you're
right.
around my age, but you're already dead, and that's like it's just
There's
something weird.
there's so many young people,
Yeah.
and a lot are drugs, and whether hers were or not, we don't know. But she didn't seem like someone that was ready to hang it up. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, there seems to be a little more, although I don't think it's doing any good, social self-awareness of how especially young women and girls are treated when they're celebrities,
Elijah,
more, yep, there's just
Elijah,
more and
can you
more
come for
about
your
that
steak?
stuff in the news, and it
You need
seems like a constant stream of stuff. Um, and that poem was, really kind of an elegy about this age-old thing about, when we pursue a career as a solution to our life problems, or, trying to establish an identity, what do we give up and what do we lose? And unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's their own life, literally. Um, and the second poem was a little more openly about who builds us, and it's the people close about. It was really wonderful how you just started listing all these characters, these social types from the neighborhood, the cast of characters that made up the environment. And, it's said that we don't get to choose most of the people that are close about us, but those are the people that build us and build our worldview. And, you are just getting, your poems are so tough about this. You have these very short poems, and you get in all of this stuff and make these really intense points in just such a short amount of time.
Billie Jean.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just work, man. Like, and I really appreciate the subject matter, right? It's never just you're, you know, beating this dead horse. You're not always with the same hammer, with the same nail, like I love how you put these two poems in perspective, right? You went from somebody I didn't know, kind of like the people in high school, right? You said I didn't know them, but their obituary still packs a punch, right? Got no infamy, but got my sanity. That's incredible work. The second poem, you said those people whose main default setting is paranoid, right? I think when you start seeing things like this, is when your mortality kicks in, right? That invincibility, it just slowly walks out of the door, right? And then the lights come on, and you're like, oh shit, what happened? I thought I was invincible, right? And that's just the reality of human beings. That's the importance of this theme. That's what time does, right? They say, especially in athletics, you hear it all the time, Father Time is undefeated, right? Mortality is the same way. Trust me. Trust me. When you see someone you love laying on a slab, it's like, oh, everything changes. Everything changes, right? So, excellent work. Excellent work, man. Thank you for doing what you do. Continue to do what you do. And listen, I don't care how fast your mind is working. Bring it. I want to hear it. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, our resident soon-to-be doctor is in the building. Paging Dr. Ojeda. Paging Dr. Ojeda. This woman just works, right? She is on the path. She stays on the path. And I love her work. She just puts it in. Prepare yourself. The one and the only Angelina in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
At your local library, because, why not waste my time? No, it's not a waste of time. But I stayed on topic, and I promise I tried not to cry while I read this poem. It's called One More Hour. New shit. If I could go back and have one more hour with anyone, it would be you. My dad, my best friend, my living journal. June 8th, 1944, the day the world received you. February 13th, 2013, the day I learned the world keeps moving even when yours stops. If I had one more hour, I would not bargain with death. I would just sit with you. Because now I know how expensive an ordinary hour can become once the person inside of it is gone. For 38 years, you worked for Pepsi Cola and you showed up. And Dad, you showed up for me too. You were there when my son was born. You met my girls. They knew Grandpa. But grief is greedy. It lets me treasure what you were there for, while reminding me of what you're missing out on. You never saw me graduate from college. When they called my name, part of me searched the crowd, and I wanted to say, Dad, I finally did it. And hear you say, I knew you would. And one day, if that day comes, you will not walk me down the aisle. Death did not just take you. It took memories we hadn't even made yet. You were my witness, my living journal. I could say, Dad, remember when? And you remembered. Stories I forgot. Versions of me I had forgotten too. I still have your phone number saved in my phone. I never deleted it. And some mornings I wake up thinking, life has to be playing me. Maybe you're still alive. Maybe I can call, and maybe, just maybe, you'll answer. But I know you're gone. February 13th, 2013. I know. But deleting your number feels like saying, there's nowhere left for me to reach you. So I keep it. And Dad, I look just like you, except on Tuesdays when I shave. Sometimes I catch myself in the mirror, and there you are. Your face, your features, my soul. Proof that death did not get everything. So if I had one more hour, I would tell you what I survived, what I accomplished, what tried to break me and didn't. I would tell you about your grandson and how big those girls are getting. And every moment I needed my dad, and every moment I needed my best friend. And when the hours started running out, I wouldn't watch the clock. I would just watch you. Memorize your face and listen to your voice and let you tell me just one more story. Because repetition becomes beautiful when the alternative is silence. And before you left again, I would borrow the words from Coco. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Because, Dad, I do remember 38 years at Pepsi, you watching me become a mother, you meeting my children, you missing my graduation. You are not going to be there to walk me down the aisle and give me away. My dad, my best friend, my living journal. Maybe now I have to become that journal. Maybe I have to carry the stories, and maybe I have to remember for both of us, because I cannot borrow one more hour from yesterday. But I can speak your name, and I can tell your story, and I can look in the mirror and still see you. And every time I do, for just a moment, death loses. Time loses. Because my father is still here. My best friend is back in the room.
Nope, nope, nope,
Eh?
nope. These are not tears. There's
Cold
onions on
cut
my
the
desk.
pipe in this bitch.
There's onions. There's onions on my desk. I promise you. See? Unmute yourself. Give it up for
That was
Angelina.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
That
you
was
so much
so
for
beautiful.
sharing
water the yeah.
that
Beautiful.
wonderful man with
Oh,
us.
Ah,
Thank you.
Beautiful.
That
That
was
was
beautiful.
that
don't
was
get it
Now
twisted.
you
He was
know
one
I
of the
got
biggest
contacts
assholes.
on and I can't
He was
see when I start crying. So
Ah,
stop that.
Onions, man.
mm.
Onions.
Look,
yeah.
you
Onions.
can love a parent who is an asshole and the
Yes,
person who is your parent and you love them too. I love my
absolutely.
mother and I dealt with so much childhood neglect and I love her
Mhm.
so much. And you were saying that and I was missing her that much. It was, yeah, I was crying right there with you.
look at
So,
assholes.
yeah, I just wanted to say, there's nothing wrong with people being I don't know what you say, damaged or screwed up, and
Mhm.
also you love them to pieces at the same time, right? They're the people who are our parents. It just shit's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
blood. It's blood connection. It's that
Mhm.
just that physical blood connection. It's a phenomenon you can't really put into logical words. It's those experiences. They're not meant to be rationalized and thought
Mhm.
out. And you get the meaning through just feeling. And that's what the poem's about. The meaning comes through the feeling of it, not the thinking of it. Angie, yes, so many beautiful lines in this poem. Grief is greedy. Uh, de- uh, Death took memories we haven't made yet. I can't borrow a minute from yesterday. I could just listen to you go on and on and on about that. It's inspiring for me to hear you do a poem like this because I still can't write a poem like that about my father because I'm still too much sorrow. But this makes me want to get past it somehow. You actually showed me
Mm.
a way to get past it. So
Mm.
I praise you highly
Thank
for
you.
that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Show the Jedi Master a path. I mean, um, so the thing about this poem, right? And it had me thinking about my pops as well. Um, it also had me thinking about my daughter, right? Shout out my daughter. Um, and we talk sometimes because we were apart for a long time, and I tell her stories, kind of like you're saying, right? Remember when? Remember when? And then I'll say something, and she'll be like, oh, "I remember that. Oh shit, a new memory just got unlocked, right? Like a new stage, in the game or something, right?" Um, so I love that aspect of, you said proof that death did not get everything, right? Looking at yourself and still seeing them, right? Still seeing that person, still, realizing there's probably more in there, right? A way that you move, a song that you dance to, the way that you open a jar. Like, there's very, very small, slight things that we get from our parents that just kind of reminds us of them, right? And like the Jedi Master was saying, it's blood, right? As parents, there's no template, there's no guidebook. We're just people. And we learn every single day. We learn from our children, we learn from the world as our children are learning from us, right? And it really, really just is a constant learning environment, right? Life, time is a classroom, right? So I really, really love this. Shout out to your pops. Like, I can feel the smile coming from the space. It's amazing work, Angelina. Thank you for sharing it with us and sharing your pops with us. Amazing. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, as I've said before, this gentleman just works. Every time I hear him, you can just hear that he just continues to push the pen, man. And I really, really appreciate the fact that he is constantly working on it. And every time I hear him, he's just getting better and better. The one and only Prince of P in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
With the universe, my soul is a fractal of the universe. With the sun, never hiding behind clouds of emotions. With the moon, who illuminates, is a kerosene lamp, cloaked in poetic license. License to shield me in metaphors, similes, and free verse. Well, sometimes. As the wind bristles my coffee skin, my soul becomes one with the universe. Thank you.
Yo, I'm telling you, them short Jones be a knockout blow for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Prince of P.
Yes, Prince.
Yes.
Thank
It's good to see him. Like, it's good to see you coming back into the space because it's been a while. So it's good to have you back coming in and dropping these lovely pieces. I love it.
Thank you.
Got this kind of running trend here tonight because this is a really sweet short poem about connecting to connecting to nature, connecting to the universe. That last line about the wind, on your skin, connecting you to the universe, just kind of physicalizing the whole thing. That's a really wonderful thing to pull off in a poem, to make your listener physically feel what you're talking about. That's the power of the spoken word, Principe. Thanks.
For sure. For sure. Like, short poems remind me of like Mike Tyson fights, right? In the sense that you don't get a chance to see all of the work because it ends early, right? But that also shows you the power that someone has to end it very early, right? It's what I really, really enjoy about poems like this, right? You mentioned the clouds of emotions, right? My soul becomes one with the universe. And listen, around these parts, that poetic license, it's kind of like a passport. It takes you all around the world, man. Really. It takes you to every planet of emotion. It takes you all over the world, man. So hold on to it, right? Like the old commercial used to say, never leave home without it. Make sure you always keep your poetic license on you, man, for real. Thank you, Prince of P. Truly, truly appreciate all that you do and continuing to share it with us. All right. We have 3 more on the guaranteed list and 5 on the good luck round. Coming up next, this artist is just ranked top in the world. She continues to show up and show out. I saw her recently on an IG live, just giving some cats the blues because she just does that. She finds herself in these spaces, and usually as the only woman representing the divine femininity in poetry, she rocks absolutely hard. She is the author of I Stand 10 Toes Down, one of the dopest slam poets in the world, the one and only Lady K in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away. And the specs are fresh.
I just wanted to say, I told y'all I was gonna get them. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. So I had to switch for the poem because I said I was gonna get them. They came. Here they are. Okay. I did write to the theme, and here we go. I used to think being broke meant not having enough money. Turns out I've been poor in currencies I didn't even know had names. Time poor. The kind of poor where everybody has access to your hours except you. Time is the only loan I've ever received without seeing the terms, no interest rates or due dates, no statement showing the remaining balance, just here. Have a life. Spend accordingly, which feels irresponsible on God's part because have you met humans? We will finance an entire future on tomorrow. I'll rest tomorrow, call them tomorrow, love them tomorrow. Like tomorrow isn't the most successful loan shark in human history, always extending credit, never telling anybody when the debt comes due. And I have spent so much time, like I had excellent credit. Loaned years to people who couldn't afford me, extended grace past the due date, made minimum payments on my own happiness just to keep somebody else from going into collections. Do you know how expensive it is to stay somewhere you already know you've outgrown? You don't just lose the years you stayed, you lose the hours afterward trying to remember who you were before you started disappearing. Women are taught to be generous with time. Give your job the best 8 hours, give your partner patience, and if there is anything left, maybe you can have some. And nobody calls it waste when a woman spends herself on everybody except herself. They call her dependable, dedicated. Isn't it strange how a woman can disappear in service of everybody else and somebody will hand her an award for attendance? I know something about disappearing. I spent 15 years working 23-hour days, not metaphorically, and maybe that's the part I don't say enough. Work didn't steal all those hours. Some of them I volunteered because by 33, I had already watched a marriage become an ending. I already learned there would be no children waiting for me on the other side of all the plans I've made for them. And grief. Grief leaves a lot of empty hours lying around, hours that ask questions, hours that want to know what happened to the life you thought you'd be living by now. So, why the hell were you willing to work 23-hour days in the first place? The answer is for a while, I needed somewhere to put the hours I didn't know how to live inside. Work was convenient that way. It never asked why the house was quiet, never asked whose children I thought would be running through it, never asked how forever ended before I was ready. Work just asked, can you stay late? And I said, absolutely. I traded one kind of emptiness for another, poured myself into a thankless job because at least this emptiness came with a paycheck. And somewhere along the way, being busy started looking like being healed. Exhaustion started looking like purpose, and disappearing looked so much like dedication, people applauded. So if you meet me now and discover I only have 1 good hour to give a job, watch your mouth when you calculate my work ethic. You arrived after the labor and somehow think you've audited the entire account. Don't confuse what I'm willing to spend now with everything I have already paid. That's the thing about time. Everybody can see how you're spending it. Nobody can see the receipt, and nobody questioned how I spent mine when the beneficiary was everybody except me. But now I spend it on poetry, fill afternoons with metaphors instead of meetings, spend mornings turning memories into stanzas, invest in stages, plane tickets, cities I had never seen until a poem put my name on the guest list. And somehow this is when people started worrying about how I spend my time, but poetry did something work never could. Work gave me somewhere to hide from myself. Poetry made me come looking, made me sit inside the hours I used to be afraid of, made me turn the empty house into an echo chamber for my own voice. And suddenly my hours started paying dividends. Stories I would have never lived, a woman I would have never met, even though she'd been living inside me the whole time. I don't know how many hours I have left. Nobody does. Every morning I wake up and make another withdrawal from the balance God refuses to disclose. So while they're mine, I intend to spend them like I finally understand their value. These poems, adventures, this life, they are not evidence that I stopped working hard. They are evidence that I finally stopped working so hard at disappearing.
Yeah, I told y'all she just does this. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Okay.
Lady K.
Damn.
Fuck. Just
Poet.
Bravo. Bravo.
wow. Just wow.
So fun.
We need to talk to those people who placed you not in first.
Love you.
I'm all up for.
Agreed.
I'm all
Thank
for
you.
We're gonna
for like.
surround them.
I'm saying like I'm all about putting my childhood drama on somebody. I got time. I got time.
Thank you.
The thing I like about your work, Kay, so much, and especially that poem, we live in this constant fucking polarized duality, right? Positive and negative, men, women, choose your pronoun, right? In the literary world, there's a lot of animosity between page and stage or page and performance and yada yada yada. But like you said it in such a very eloquent way to say, yo, poetry doing this spoken word shit that maybe y'all don't respect, it's taking me to whole nother fucking cities and other states. What is you doing sitting behind your page at your desk? I'm a woman that's black, a BIPOC author, doing it around the states, not just in my backyard. That's a testament of overcoming the boxes they try to label you and put
That's
you
right.
into as an artist. So don't stop. I'll see you on
Oh,
final
I need
stage.
to
Don't
make
stop.
onions appear. Where'd the
Right.
onions come from again?
You gotta stop. Yeah, stop putting them shits in their kitchen, bruh. Give them out. Give them out.
Yeah.
Telling you, onions, man, onions.
Don't stop. Whatever you're doing,
And
don't
you
stop.
are freaking rocking those glasses, man. I was like, what? Was I like, I started waking up like 3/4 way through. You know what I mean? Like, fuck fibromyalgia. You guys break through everything. All right? Because I was
I'm
like, I'm
glad
not
to
getting
hear that.
past this one. I got a pretty bad episode earlier, and just somehow the life that you all breathe in, I'm like, I'm still exhausted, but I'm just like, my soul is just taking over. And
Thank
it's
you.
just, yeah, I'm so excited you got them. I know it's glasses, but it's a big deal.
I know, right? It just makes
And
you
then
feel better.
like, it was like you have the glasses that you wanted, you're reading the poems that you want, you're spending the hours the way you want. It's
Oh,
just
Let's
honing it in
go.
every
Let's
single
go.
way,
right.
you know?
The
Yeah,
only
to
person
that,
you have to answer to is either your fears or your fucking perseverance. Those are the only two things you have to answer for. And you're choosing
That's a
perseverance. Like,
word.
yeah, don't stop.
That's a word.
The other thing, I really love the way you described life in just such a way, particularly the part about working extra hard when you don't want to go home and you just do it because you think it's awesome and you're really proud of it at that moment. But somewhere in the back of your mind, you know that you're just covering up other things. But that really resonated with me, the way you were able to express that in that way.
Thank you.
Really important.
it's kind of interesting to me that a number of these poems people have been doing regarding time are really talking a lot about recovery, retrieval, and recuperation from time, through time. And this poem really is talking in a general way about, misdirection. And the root of it is how you start out the poem, that time being looked at as a currency, right? Being time poor, as though somebody could rob us of something that isn't material, which is possible through a kind of a conceptual subterfuge. And there's these lines that point to this really starkly. Tomorrow is the most successful loan shark. Poet, here's a line: grief leaves a lot of questions lying around, And this really marvelous line I really connected with: poetry put me on the guest list.
Yeah.
That is a great feeling when you get to experience that. Um, and the door opening of that, your own talent and fierceness gets you. So, those are the things that really struck me about the poem. Is really this thing about recovery, retrieval, and recuperation, not only of yourself, but of a sense of how you should be healthily and self-determinedly in the world. It was really a kind of tour de force in that way. Your poems so frequently are just so packed of these life lessons and counsel. And I think that's what a lot of people really connect with in your poems. It carries a sense of authority through experience.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all. I truly appreciate it.
And trust me, y'all, it comes through when you see her actually perform on stage, whether it's in one of the prelim rounds or whether it's on final stage. She absolutely rocks. She owns the crowd. She's one of those folks that she just like, no, here's your microphone, move it over there. I don't need that crap. And she just really, really puts in the work. Really, like everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I love how we started early in the show with Alan Gary making time a place, all the way to Lady K making time a currency, right? Like the beautiful spectrum of what creative artists do with time, how they perceive time, right? How time interacts with them and how they interact with it, right? There was a time that the movie Timberlake was in it, and they had the time on their hand, right? Like I really love that aspect of seeing it. How would your life go? What moves would you make if you could actually see that timer counting down? Just amazing. Lady K, you're just dope. You just put it in. Poetry made me come looking. Fill my afternoons with metaphors instead of meetings. It's just work, and I look forward to all the work that you have coming up. All the things that you're working on in the background is gonna be really dope. Appreciate you for coming through and continuing to tear it down. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I keep telling y'all, man, like this is one of the artists why I had to put seatbelts on, man. Make sure all of your belongings, your hand, feet, and head stay inside your Zoom box at all time. The ride is gonna get bumpy with some amazing creativity. This artist rocks. Prepare yourself for the one and only Jessie Marie in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Good to be in the house with so much family. Jessie Marie poetry on everything. I hope you guys enjoy this. Bad was a verb. Tonight, I come home from 2026 with the world yelling through my pockets. Headlines, bills, sirens, and enough. I throw adulthood on the couch, kill the lights, find Michael. Bad. Press play, and bam! That first hit kicks my living room straight. Underground tile, concrete, fluorescent light, and there he is. Black leather, buckles everywhere, walking toward me like somebody taught lightning how to have cheekbones. And hit, shoulder, hit, head, hit, boot. Then Michael asked, "Who's bad?" And apparently my 48-year-old knees still believe this question requires evidence because my body remembers before I do. 14-year-old me kicks the door open, too close to a television built like a microwave with a mortgage blue, gray glow, carpet, remote, rewind, play. Michael turns, I turn. Michael snaps, I snap. Michael lands, I nearly take out a lamp. Again, who's bad? Me. Michael, apparently, again, until one night my foot lands exactly where the beat says land, and oh, That little Gen X miracle. Nobody filming, nobody knew I got it except me, and it was enough. Move the coffee table, run it back, and tonight I move it again because someone dances and my body refuses to throw away the step, snap, shoulder, head, freeze. I still know this. My knees have entered negotiations denied because that video didn't just play. I entered it. Concrete under my socks, walking through my grown-up living room with that face. I'm about to do something very important with my shoulders, and suddenly I can smell that old room, warm television, dinner down the hall, somebody yelling, "Wait!" Michael's about to do the part, you know, the part back when a song could stop a whole evening. Music said, move. I moved. Stop. I stopped. Turn. I turned. Real life? Real life changes choreography without warning. Body changes. Beat. People disappear. Beat. Another year gone. Beat. Nobody hands you a remote. Nobody says, let's rewind. So tonight, give me Michael. Walking through my television like 30-something years didn't happen because back then, bad wasn't just something you were. Bad was a verb. You did bad, walked bad, danced bad, pointed bad, put your chin up and made gravity deal with it. And now, 48-year-old me is alone in the living room, shoulder, snap, step. Who's bad? Okay, Michael, relax. Spin, not Michael spin, more like middle-aged lesbian avoids catastrophic furniture event, still counts. Then I catch myself in the black television, older me laid over 14-year-old me, and for a second I see her. Not remember her, I see her, same shoulder, same crooked grin, same spark when the foot hits right, and suddenly 1987, 92, and 2026 all land on the same count. 1, kid me, 2, grown me, and 3, every year between us running down the subway stairs. 4, freeze, the song ends in living room quiet, bills on the table, a whole lifetime between that television and this one. No VCR, no rewind button, but big enough for 34 years and just me slightly out of breath looking at my reflection in the dark screen. And somewhere, she's still there. That kid waiting inside my shoulders, inside my feet, inside that ridiculous grin. Maybe nostalgia isn't wanting to go backward. Maybe it's finding something from back there, making it all the way here. A beat, a dance, a version of yourself time forgot to take, but 2026 buzzes in my pocket. I should answer. Instead, I look at the dark television, see 14 standing inside 48, reach for the remote, and somewhere from 34 years ago, Michael asks me one more time, who's bad? And I grin. Nah, run it back.
Run it back. Who's bad? That's dope. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jesse Marie.
Oh my god.
That was fucking dope as shit. That was dope as fuck. That was dope as. Who's bad?
Just, I knew where you were going with the poem because you spit it for me before, but I still felt myself like, who's bad? Like doing the Michael Jackson like little moves, like as you were doing the poem. Like you captured everything so well. Is there anything your pen can't do? No smoke blowing. I haven't found anything your pen has not been able to do yet.
Yeah, what's funny is that I still have the Wii game with the Michael Jackson game.
Yep, you know it. You know it.
Doing the moves, but
Me
I make sure to
too.
move
It's so
the
fun.
coffee table. That's like my workout. The aerobics.
It's so fun.
It's the greatest freaking game.
Damn, you took it back.
Wow.
I have seldom heard somebody create the sensation of being dizzy with words the way you did in this poem. You know, this poem was about being intoxicated by time, you know, and how you just in art, whatever art form, time is always a challenge, you know, how to deal with it. And you were pretty fearless. I mean, this poem just took time and kind of turned it into a smear on the page, you know, or through the speakers. And it was literally sort of intellectually intoxicating to listen to it because you just kept going back and forth and hopping to all these different different places and points in time. And it really was dizzying that way. Another kind of physical sensation being created by a poet just by the power of the spoken word.
Yeah, this is just and again the saga continues, Wu-Tang. So we went from time is a space to time is a currency, now time is a drug. Right? And that's just a beautiful thing about who's bad. She said the 14-year-old me inside the 48, right? Seeing 14 standing inside 48. That little Gen X miracle, that was dope. Somebody taught Lightning how to have cheekbones. That's just wrong. Move that coffee table, run it back. Back when a song could stop a whole evening. Your chin up made gravity deal with it. A version of yourself time forgot to take. That's just one of those moments where you're just like, I don't care what it is, right? I don't care who's watching. I don't care what you're listening to. This is my moment, right? This is me doing the moonwalk. I don't care if it looks like I'm doing an earth walk. I'm doing the moonwalk. In my mind, in my house, this is the moonwalk, damn it. This is what it looked like, right? This is my leg throw, damn it. This is my point. This is my, you know what I mean? And that right there, again, music is a time machine. It takes you to a place where freedom is all you breathe in, right? I love that. Absolutely love it. Great, great work, Jesse. So I guess I don't have to ask you the question, the great debate that people have. Michael Jackson or Prince? Right. I see some head shaking already. Y'all could duke it out in the comments. Right? Michael Jackson or Prince. Dope work, Jesse. Appreciate you, truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next. Okay, cool. Coming up next, this gentleman, we have heard his commentary throughout the evening. He is just one of those kind of cats, right? I could spend the next few minutes just telling you about what he means to me, what he means to this space, and what he means to this community. He continues to be plugged in, and that just means a lot to everyone. He is the only artist that I know that is published in the original Aloud anthology from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. He is going to be the feature at the Final Friday Slam coming up next week. He is a contributor to the New Eurekan Symphony. And he just happens to be, I said one of one all the time, our resident Gilgamesh. He is not an enigma. He is the enigma. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Jedi Master. Please, take it away.
Oh, thanks for that intro. I'm putting a link to a video of this poem I'm going to do. Don't watch the video now, but if you're interested, you can see a video of it. On the first second of the reproduction of my voice, stray clairvoyance from psychic data sump let me loose inside of another person's brain. But why did I land next to the unconscious trace of your first spanking? On the 30th second, for electrical sexualization of my voice, raw science gave to me a phenomenal ear-licking tongue with the erotic appeal of an anonymous robot. On the 1 minute of the magnetic memorialization of my voice cultural belief gave to me honorific continuity from lifeless, microscopic, immaterial syllables, headstone on the binary code from which these ghost vocals fly, transparent as life. On this 1 minute and 30 seconds in the imagined future, given my voice by industrial conceit, metaphysical flaw, in the sound trap, blown open by past pitched forward, escapes with my spirit from this concentration camp for the word. On the 2 minutes of this inspiration gas station of the voice, unknown random destination gave to me the flight path of an anonymous body on the other side of the computer over which to fly my syllabic tourists, reliving the cowboy urge on infrastructure of dream, infosphere. Open the gas tank of your ears. On this 2.5 minutes of the mechanical mannequin, this computer, this mechanical mannequin for my voice, I can only say I never said, am not now saying, but could repeat conceivably nearly forever conflicts between my distance and your listening need, each frozen equally by this neutral word dump, consoling us by remote control for the machines we wear. Upon this 3 minutes of the shovel full, piled into the hole, dug all the way to the 4th dimension that keeps going round and round on the clock, faking the atomistic grand total of many little times, my voice is an artifact made of the culture and technology not caught up to millions of years that uncovered our bodies from creation. I so love this electric device that I have become part of it, just as you make the computer or the phone part of your own body. And now, as you and I face each other like this, electronically stripped naked of ourselves, our time together here has streamed away. Goodbye. I'll miss you. I'll miss what we were. I'll miss what we were here.
I told y'all, man. I told y'all. He just unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skip.
I can honestly
Yes.
say
Yes.
I never know where you're about to go.
Beautiful.
Like, you start off in so many different directions. I literally have no clue, and I'm just along for the ride.
Completely
I agree. It's just
unpredictable.
very much so. It's you never know where that turn is gonna go. Kind of like riding a roller coaster in the dark. You
It's like
you
a
hear,
great acid trip. I ain't never done acid, but I feel like if
yeah.
I would have, it would be like your poetry. You just like sit there and like be ready for the
It,
ride.
I went on
I
a roller
think I have to
coaster.
quote you, Angie, riding a roller
Yeah,
coaster in the
in the
dark.
dark. There is a roller. Oh, listen, if anybody's gone to Disney World, there's a roller coaster playing with Aerosmith music playing, and you literally sit in the chairs. You have no idea when it's gonna go off. There's no gearing up. There's nothing. All of a sudden, you shoot into this dark, wooded room, and the music is going, and you are turning. You have no idea where you're going, and that's what I felt like I was in just now. I felt like you
That's
were
a
you were
perfect
you were
explanation.
Aerosmith. You were Aerosmith just now in my ears, playing like your fingers went into the camera, and I was like, your words are like excuse it, but like y'all fingering my brain over here, and I liked it.
I'ma just say that explanation is how I write poems. So you should write that down.
You know what? You're right.
I'ma just
It's
tell
a,
you, just word tip. Just write down what you just said and then sign it off as your next poem.
That's it. Dedicated to Jesse.
But Skiff, like you have to know your influence, man. Your
Yeah.
influence is not just the Lower East Side, bro. Like your influence is spanning across oceans. I think we take for granted what we do here on Thursdays because we all feed off each other and it gets us through the week. But Skiff, like
Yep.
you're a tenured professor in this motherfucker, Skiff. Like you've been New Eurekan for a while. You are a tenured professor at the New Eurekan. And every time you perform, you're giving us a dissertation on what we could do with diction. And I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I really
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, CP.
Yeah.
I have put in my time at the New Eurekan, started in 1988. And as I said, when I got invited to do the closing poem of the 1 year anniversary of the online open room, and I was floored to get that. And, I had to say in my thanks that I have learned so much stuff from the New Eurekans. And I have learned not, in the context of that time, 1 year into COVID, I said I had learned a whole lot of tricks and stuff from the New Eurekans about survival, but it's way more than that. And I thank you for your comment about it, CP.
Yeah, your survival is turned into a way that you thrive. Like your words
Yes.
jump off paper, but your tongue thrives. We could we all know people who can write a pretty poem, right? But if they try to read it out loud, it sounds like that dry teacher scraping across the science
Oh, yeah.
chalkboard. Like your tongue is matching what your heart speaks. And that is so fucking rare that you have both of those skill sets and you do it in the way that you do it though, Skiff. Like it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
It
Thanks.
reminds me of like a motorcycle. I remember years ago I found out that there's it's called like the Autobahn, or it's in Germany, this very fast highway. So when you start talking, it's like there's a motorcycle and you're leaning forward, and there is such a precision on that motorcycle on that highway, and you are on that ride, and if you don't want to crash, you better hold on freaking tight. And the thing is because like there's that rhythmic, you have a certain way, a rhythm that you say your poems in. So that's a consistency that I fall into. So whenever I'm listening, I've seen that I'm not looking to find where they match up. I'm just hearing the present word and the next present word. So it hits me and it hits me again and it hits me again. And that's really awesome, because sometimes your brain is figuring out as you're listening, or your emotions. With you, it's just like a different effect. And I love that, like, oh, I got kind of feeling that keeps happening when I'm listening.
I think you're really getting to the core of my practice in delivery. Someone talked about me years ago as, taking people to another place. That's what I try to do. That was one of my survival gambits when I first started getting on stage and didn't know what to do with the excitement, the nervousness. And it was put that into the poem. People don't try to stamp that out. That is your fire. You need to put that into your poem. And that's how you can take yourself and everybody else somewhere else. You did that really beautiful metaphor, Rifki, the riding the motorcycle on the Audubon. And part of it is when I first started doing poetry, I didn't really consider what I wrote straight poems. To me, I looked at them as scripts, and they were on the page because this was before a computer or smartphone. And that script on the page, when you got on a stage, that was for you to improvise with, right? It wasn't always to read that poem the same way. It was to get in the mood of the room and decide where you want to go. And you know the poem, it's part of you. You want to wear it with your voice, and you want to feel really at home in that poem. Take it where you want to go, and just let it fly, and put your fire, your nervousness into it, kick it out there, and just let it be, let it go. And that's how people get taken up in your poem. I think that's how they get affected. And it's all about, I look at speaking poetry as a very physical act. We had Elemen2al talking about Lady K's style of performance. That's a woman who gets on stage, and that poem's coming off her whole body. It's not just that voice, right? It's a very physical, forceful presentation. So I thank you all for, these comments. This is a wonderful repartee.
Yo would be proud, Paul.
For sure. For sure. All the founders, I believe. All the founders. And for those of you who've never had the opportunity of seeing Paul Skiff in person, he does this for real. He is a real person. He does have like a lower half of a body. He is a real person, right? He's not AI. He really is an enigma, though. Like, seriously. And he does the same thing that he does here. He fills the room with this energy, right? And everyone knows that it's like, what are we witnessing here? Like, you're not from here. And I'm not talking about, oh, he's from a different country. It's like, you're not. Like, I don't even know how you even speak English sometimes. Because as I've said, you are the only one that can decipher your downloads. And this is every week you continue to show us why that is a fact. You continue to do this at such a high level, and you continue to inspire us. You continue to teach us new things about diction, about delivery, about how to craft poems. And I really love when you say, oh, this is just, won't make any sense because this is just a piece of something, a longer piece of something. And then it just turns out to be this poetic masterpiece in its own right. So to get all of it, it's like, okay, where can I get all of it? Or is there any spine of any book that could hold all of it? Right? Like, is this War and Peace or Skiff and Peace or War and Skiff? Like, I don't know, right? But you're just amazing, sir. He said 1988. As I've said before, he has been doing this longer than some of us knew poetry at this level existed. Thank you so very much for doing what you do, and for just staying present in all of this. It really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to the community, and I believe it really means a lot to the founders, that there's still someone who is carrying that spirit. The bricks of the building, folks, I'm telling you, it's alive and well. A true Lower East Sider. Thank you so very much, Jedi Master. All right, folks, we've run up against the time. So for all the folks on the good luck round, stay tuned. All right, we are going to go into the cipher, but we are going to end the live stream. So all the folks who are on the good luck round, please stay tight. But I want to make sure I shout them out. DJ Crash Cuts in the building. Medusa was black. Mr. Witz, CP Mays, Terry Rose Jertson, Dre Reyes. To all the folks in the building, Paul Skiff, Joski C, Catman Bill, Rivkey, Angelina, Bonnie, Lady K, Jesse, Garland Thompson, great to see you, sir. Alan Gary, Poetastic, Beryl Reese, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, Charisma, Auntie April, Winter Rose, great to see all of you. As I said, we are going to end the live stream, but stay tight so we can jump into the cipher. We're going to end the live stream like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week, peace and blessings.